So, Mark, big news. U2 has finally announced their dates for the Sphere: September 29th, 30th, October 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's it. 5 shows. The Sphere, it's a little earlier than I expected.
Yeah, earlier than I expected, and there's a decent gap there. What are they doing? I guess the really expensive movies in between. Hopefully, they fill out a couple more acts. I don't know. It'll be really curious to see how those first couple shows go. I'm surprised it's not all in like one span, like that they broke it up that quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's good news, though. They've talked about the artists and, the amount of money they have to spend to develop these shows. You would have thought that we'd have more than 5 dates, but I guess this will be the proving ground. If this goes well, then we might see more shows from YouTube possibly, and maybe some other artists jump on board.
Get ready to pay out the nose.
All right, Mark, despite some haters, Brightline has been moving forward with their train plan, and they say that they're going to start construction by the end of this year. This week they released some new concept art showing us what the station's going to look like. This week they also unveiled their station in Orlando International Airport for Brightline in Florida, meaning that this summer they're going to start those high-speed journeys between Orlando and Miami, and we saw what their station's going to look like here. I know there's a lot of skeptics out there, but this is very far along. I'm still a little skeptical because they need to fund the whole thing, but if any company's going to do it, it's Brightline, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you have to think that this is more likely to happen just because they've done this so many places. It's not like this is a one-off or a new player in the market. They're one of the bigger providers in the country, so it makes a lot of sense. And all I think about with the Orlando train is Disney's going to get prices are going to go up very soon, and it's going to be even busier there. But I like the mock-ups of the station they're putting in Vegas. Looks cool. Hopefully, I always get confused in train stations in Europe and stuff. Like I get lost or get on the wrong train half the time. I'm terrible about it. I don't know why I struggle. At least this one should be pretty easy. There's not a ton of trains coming in.
Yeah, this isn't like one of those grand European stations. It'll be 2 stories, have all the usual things: tickets, baggage claim, a 7-story parking garage.
That one stuck out to me. Baggage claim. Like, who's claiming bags? You just put it on the rack above your seat. I don't.
But you can bring your full luggage. So if you're coming to Vegas for a bougie weekend, you can bring all your suitcases and check it at the curb, so you don't have to carry it on the train with you.
Don't do it. Just carry on for life.
Now, as a reminder, the station will be at Warm Springs in Las Vegas Boulevard, and there's about 100 acres that they own there, and that's a potential site for a MLS stadium as well, from the same owners as Brightline. And then just to the south of that would be the potential NBA stadium built by Oak View Group, who owns other arenas around town. So this could potentially be 2 new stadiums. The good news is they own this land. They own the land for their station in Rancho Cucamonga. They have the rights of way. They have deals with the unions. So
you got to say it again.
They have, and the environmental studies are done. So that is where they've gotten. That's a lot of steps that they've gotten. Now they just need the money.
I just want to hear Rancho Cucamonga all the time. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, can we go through a show without talking about stadiums for a little?
No, let's talk about Mark Davis and all the hate that he gave for the A's coming to Las Vegas.
Well, yeah.
We won't talk about the stadium, but there's all this kerfuffle in the community about the public financing that they want, or the bond measure, stadium district, everything else. But Mark Davis threw some shade to the A's, basically saying they're the reason that the Raiders couldn't get a stadium in Oakland. They kind of went behind their back, signed a 10-year lease at the Coliseum, which prevented the Raiders from building a stadium on that site. And so while he's happy for the A's to be here and the players, he said he hates the management, and he's not excited about that. So there's not a lot of love between the A's ownership and the Raiders ownership.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of shady stuff. If you had been talking to them and you're on the same page that, hey, let's build a new thing. I'll build it. You can stay there. And then you go sign a lease behind their back. You wouldn't want it to be aired in the press, hopefully. But, when you get to that age, I'm excited when I get older and you get to that DGAF and you just say whatever you want whenever you want. And he's definitely there. Plus, he's a Davis, so it's expected. So, hey, too bad they're not like rivals in some way, but it'll be fun to see the headlines back and forth for the foreseeable future.
For sure. So we saw pictures of the Rio getting a paint job, which is questionable to me. So Dreamscape, we saw them doing something, turning the buffet probably into a food hall, and now we're seeing some paint on the outside of the building. This doesn't look like a big project, so it just looks like they're kind of trying to clean it up a little bit. And I wonder if that means that we're still going to get delayed on seeing the transition into Hyatt. We still don't have a timeline for that. If they're really redeveloping the entire towers and basically gutting them, then why would they slap a little paint on the outside right now?
Yeah, and white paint, so boring. I feel like everybody's just getting shamed by Circus Circus, so they're all doing a little bit of something. Maybe we can work our way down to the Strip finally and get Paris some love and all that stuff. But yeah, I had to like zoom in on the picture to notice there's much of a difference there. I mean, it's good to see them adding a little bit back to it, but it's like the least exciting way, I think.
Speaking of Circus Circus, I saw a picture on Twitter that somebody had posted. They took it from Resorts World, and the Circus Circus paint is like maybe 30% done on the big top. Like the whole backside is not done. It's been what, 5-6 weeks since they started painting that thing. So I don't know what's going on.
You just paint the roadside, so people driving by see it. You don't care about the back.
I think that's the truth because it still looks absolutely terrible.
It was like chunking and peeling everywhere. It looks like it's like moldy, and I don't know how it's not leaking. It's just bizarre.
Now, on the way back from California, I went to Disneyland, Legoland. I want to talk about Legoland on the next show because they have that mini Lego Vegas, which has a lot of parallels to real Las Vegas in that it's sort of falling apart. But we'll talk about that on another show. But I stopped at Primm Valley, and I just wanted to show people what it looked like. You know, I filmed all that earlier this year when they basically gutted the casino. Now the area where they took out all the machines, it has a few benches and trees. At least it looks decent. The mall is connected again. So an improvement there, although it is still a very big empty space. And I did get yelled at for filming in there because the casino cage is in this empty space, but the casino isn't. So the lady yelled at me. I said, I didn't think this was the casino. So the things I do to get footage for you guys.
What's left in the mall? How many stores? We got Bed Bath and Beyond. I mean Bath and Body Works.
Oh. It was like midnight when I went there, so I went to the casino, but not the mall side.
You know they got a Bath and Body Works somewhere. Every mall has to have still one left.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond long gone though this week. So
Yeah, my bad. Slip of the tongue.
So a lot of news about Absinthe lately, right? They're getting ready to open a show in New Jersey and Atlantic City. They announced Disco Show and the new restaurant at Link. And this week they opened a burger bar and a speakeasy outside their tent at Caesar's Palace. The burger bar, I think, is called No Pants, and the speakeasy is called Pier 17 Yacht Club. The good news is that you don't need tickets for the show to go there. Basically, for the speakeasy, you just go around the hedges, and you'll find a seating area. Then you go inside the bar, and they said cocktails around $24. They also serve like burgers, which sound really good, and they looked really good as well. So one of the easier speakeasies to get to, and you don't even need a password.
Yeah, the burgers look good. I mean, they're definitely like you think of picturesque bun all up, and I know they smash them, so they took a picture of them all smashed, which looks weird at the beginning, but no, they do look tasty. And then the drink area, the little like cocktail garden, for a lack of a better word, that they have set up there looks really, really cool. $24 is a bit steep. I know it's Vegas, and that's not out of the realm, but man, I can't sit there and drink like all night. And I'm guessing they're trying to get people to have a drink before they go into the show or whatever. But I'd like to hang out there. I'd go there even if I wasn't going to the show and have a drink. But just one. I only have $24 one time.
Did you see that you could upgrade the tater tots to add like salmon roe, or I think for like $100 you can get caviar with your tater tots? So a little bit of upgrades there.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I mean. I wonder what that would taste like. I don't know.
The opposite end of the spectrum, tater tots. Get some tots. I'm going to spice up my tots.
So, yeah, I mean, check that out. We'll talk on a future show about all the speakeasies, hidden restaurants in Vegas, because there's a lot to actually cover and a lot of cool places for people to discover if you want to check that sort of thing out, because a lot of people are intimidated. Are you intimidated? I don't think you are. You love bars. But I'm a little intimidated about the password thing and, just kind of finding my way in there. And that's always sort of an obstacle for me.
Okay, I just had this idea. Let's do, if there's like 11 of them, let's say, let's do an MTM Vegas 11 speakeasy bar hop one night, get a group of people together. What do you think? I think that'd be great.
Logistics could be a little difficult to get us around, but we should definitely do that. The problem with them is they're kind of small, right? Most of them are small and hidden. But yeah, there's a lot around town. But I'm always
10 lucky winners.
Yeah, there you go. It would be fun. And speaking of fun, there is another rumor. This is a Vital Vegas rumor, so we'll just say that at the beginning. We like to cover them. He's right some of the time. He's wrong some of the time. So if you're triggered by his rumors, I don't know what to tell you. But he says that the Venetian and Palazzo possibly could be for sale again. The sale closed last February, $6.25 billion. Apollo bought the operations. Vici owns the land. Do you think they're really going to sell this less than a year or about a year later?
I mean, I think everything's for sale if the price is right at any time. It's just a question of, are they actively shopping it, or is it just like somebody threw out an offer and this created a rumor or whatever. I wouldn't see Vici selling it. That just doesn't seem like something they're into doing, flipping properties or anything. I think they're in the long haul for holding land. But Apollo, maybe, from what I've read, they don't do the best, or they haven't had the best history in Vegas. So I don't know what the backstory is there so much, but maybe they're looking to get out. Who knows? I would say money is on the side of not happening, but you never know, man. Vegas is pretty crazy right now with turnover.
Yeah, and when you think like the economy is uncertain, you get these big deals. So who knows? I do agree that Vici is probably not going to sell the land. They're slowly collecting every bit of land on the strip. But Apollo selling the operations, I could see it happening for the right price. But would they make money on it? Is the economy stronger? Where they paid $2.25 billion for the operations of Venetian Palazzo, and it's hard to think that that would actually sell for more than that today.
Yeah, especially with the prices, we're seeing people backing off of building things and the prices of that. Maybe that actually helps them a little bit. Like it's cheaper to buy in than to build new. I don't know, but I feel like a lot of the new players that we talk about want both the land and the operations. So I don't know that there's a market out there, at least that we know of, that are just people looking to come in and run operations. So I'd lean towards no, but I'm not going to say no chance.
So yeah, that's let us know what you guys think about that rumor and anything else we talked about. A little bit of a short show today. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit here, not feeling so well. So we'll have a little bit of a shorter show, but we'll be back in just a few days with another show. And hit us up in the comments. We'll discuss any of the topics we did here. And thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time.
See you next week, and then we will select the 10 lucky people.